December is in full swing and the holiday season has officially started. Most people would probably say it's been the holiday season. Most people are also probably very excited and happy. You know, they're looking forward to light shows, Christmas parties, gift exchanges, Christmas cookies, ugly sweater contests. What is there not to look forward to? That's why it's known as the happiest time of the year. But is it? While everyone else is in a celebration mode, I actually enter what I call survival mode. Survival mode is where I try to tolerate the season. And by that, I mean I'm just trying to make it to January. There are other days of the year where I am trying to survive and just get through the day, but this is a whole season. It's a lot. Typically, it starts after Halloween, so the end of October, and basically once November hits, I'm just trying to make it through the end of the year. If I had my way, November and December honestly wouldn't even exist. We would just get straight to January. So what causes this survival mode that I go into? It's the reminder of family. And my family situation is rocky, to keep it simple. I'm essentially no contact with some of my family members. And at this point, while I have accepted it, having the constant reminder does make it a bit hard. On one hand, I know why. I know why I need to do this, why it needs to be this way. But that doesn't mean I don't see movies, I don't see other people, and wish I was in their position, wish I had a different situation for myself. As I've gotten older, my belief in chosen family has become a lot stronger. I believe your family is made up of people who have shown you that they are willing to choose you time and time again and stick by you regardless of what's going on. And it doesn't have to mean that they are blood related to you. They can be, but not always. And let's be honest, we know that there are people in the world who have blood relatives who they can't count on. There's a quote that I feel like really demonstrates this well. It's, "The blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb." Simply put, it just means relationships that you have chosen to have in your life can hold more significance than familial relationships. Obviously, this doesn't apply to everybody, and there are always exceptions, but that doesn't make it any less true. For some people like me, I'm not gonna lie, there is still a tiny part of me deep, deep, deep down inside that still holds on to the hope for some Christmas miracle. Like you see in those cliche holiday movies where the family puts aside their differences, they come together because of whatever happening, and they fix the relationships. And I can say that I still have that very small hope. And essentially, that's why I have to put myself into this survival mode to protect myself from the disappointment of that hope. So, how do I manage survival mode for 2 whole months? Day by day. You just got to take it day by day. Sometimes I take it hour by hour. There are some days where it is so bad, and it's not necessarily in this season. There are, like I said, there are other days of the year where I have to go into survival mode to just get through the day. And I literally have to take it hour by hour. I try and stay busy. I try to use the time to reevaluate my priorities and shift my focus to working towards whatever it is I need to work on. But honestly, there are also days that are just so bad for me that I will, I feel a little silly saying this, I will literally sleep the day away. I know that is very poor coping skills. I essentially take a really, really long nap. And if I wake up, I look at the clock and I go back to sleep and take another nap. I know, it's really not healthy. Now, the days where I have a hard time coping, those are typically the ones that are throughout the year. I don't really have them as much during this season. I don't really know why, but if I do have a rule for myself. If I have such a bad day that I have to literally sleep the day away, I make sure that the next day I don't. I never allow myself to have 2 bad days in a row. If I'm allowing myself to have one, the next day has to be productive, or I at least have to be doing something. I can't just mope. Another reason why I'm able to get through this season is because of my husband. He has shown me time and time again that he will be my rock, and he is my rock. He, on the other hand, he actually really enjoys the holiday season. Because I know this time of year is a good one for him, and because I know he will be there for me, it does help encourage me to try and look on the bright side of things. Because he's there for me when I need it, I muster up all the festive energy I have for him when I have the capacity to do so. It has gotten easier every year, especially now that I kind of know that this happens, that I go into survival mode, what I need to do to get through it. So it does get easier. And I just try to remind myself that it's progress, and progress is not linear. I feel like we all hear that all the time, but progress is very up and down. There are good days, there are bad days, but as long as you're moving forward, that's what matters. This was a video that I actually kind of contemplated because I do know that this is such a happy, festive time of year for most people, but I figured if I feel this way, there's gotta be somebody else that also feels this way, because not everybody has a perfect family situation. Not everyone has a perfect life situation. I guess this video is more of a I see you, you're not alone. Even if it feels like you're the only one, there are other people who struggle through this happy time of year, and I am one of them. But it gets easier. My hope one day is that I can go from the Grinch who lives in his cave in the mountains all alone to the Grinch that's at the end of the movie who basically plays Santa Claus and is giving gifts to everybody. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie in a while. I hope that's what the movie's, I think that's how the movie goes.